Hello, America. As you all know, we have been fighting in the Pacific for about 3 years against the Japanese. It all started when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. We then declared war on Japan. Since we went to war with Japan, and they had an alliance with Germany and Italy, so we entered World War II. For this newscast, we will be covering the minorities in the armed services, as well as the Japanese-American internment. Now we go to Nathan for the interview on the minorities and the services.
I'm here with Henry, a Native American. So how's it like being in our forest?
I don't feel great about it. I feel like we are fighting for a race rather than our own. But under Nazism, we would be slaves under their rule. So serving as a minority could be worse.
How did the U.S. treat minorities during the war?
They treated us differently. They segregated us from the whites. Back home even, they treated us badly. They broke into our houses and robbed us of everything.
And back to you, Austin.
During the early stages of the Pacific Campaign, the U.S. Marine Corps discovers their codes are being broken by the Japanese. World War I veteran and Navajo Reservation native Philip Johnston suggests the military adopt the Navajo language as their secret code. The language is undocumented and extremely complex. In May 1942, 29 of America's first Navajo recruits attend boot camp. Their training is arduous and extensive. Their mission? To develop a dictionary and list of military terms. The code talkers achieve a translation speed 100 times faster than any decoding machine now in use. Upon graduation, the code talkers are assigned to a Marine unit in the Pacific. Their primary job is to transmit information over telephones and radios regarding war tactics, troop movements, and other crucial communications. What is most remarkable is their ability to calmly transmit and receive messages under heavy enemy fire. At Iwo Jima, 6 Navajo code talkers send and receive over 800 messages without error. Were it not for the breakthrough efforts of these Navajos, the Marines would never have taken the island. Although the code talking program is an outstanding success, it becomes classified. 20 years later, the Department of Defense declassifies their achievement. September 1992. The Navajo code talkers are honored at the Pentagon for their contributions to World War II. The focus of the U.S. attack in the Pacific shifts to the small but significant island of Iwo Jima. Located within 775 miles of Japan, it puts American bombers in striking distance of the Japanese mainland. This battle will be the costliest in Marine history, taking nearly 7,000 American lives. February 23rd. After 3 days of furious combat, 6 Marines hoist the Stars and Stripes on Mount Suribachi. The deeply symbolic gesture is captured by Associated Press photographer Joe Rosenthal. The photo forever changes the lives of the flag bearers. One of the flag raisers is Ira Hayes, a full-blooded Pima Indian from Arizona. Being singled out as a war hero when so many of his comrades are lost is more than he can handle. He becomes severely traumatized by these events and slips into a deep depression. At the conclusion of World War II, Ira returns to his reservation seeking solitude, but fame follows and rekindles his painful memories. Troubled and lonely, Ira Hayes dies on January 24, 1955, just 3 months after the dedication of the Iwo Jima Memorial. He is buried in Arlington Cemetery. Despite profound obstacles, insurmountable odds, and constant discrimination, minority units persevered and prevailed during some of the war's most significant campaigns. Their acts of courage and sacrifice change history forever and contribute invaluably to the United States' victory in World War II.
Thanks, Nathan. That was eye-opening. Now we have another story on the Japanese-American internates. Back to you, Nathan.
Thanks again, Austin. I'm here with a Japanese-American that had to go through the internment camp, and his name is Cheney Jack. What were your feelings going into the internment?
Well, when they took us out of our homes, I was scared for me and my family. I was afraid they were going to kill us.
So what actually happened in those internment camps?
Nothing really. They held us there so that there would be no risk of spies when a lot of us were actually working in the war effort.
Thanks for the info, Cheney. Now back to you, Austin.
The attack on Pearl Harbor unified the country in many ways, but it also stirred long-standing prejudice against Japanese immigrants in America. Bowing to political pressure, President Roosevelt ordered the immediate relocation of over 110,000 Japanese Americans to remote detention camps. They were forced to abandon or sell their homes and businesses, in some cases, overnight. Many lost everything. More than 70,000 of the relocated were Nisei, Japanese Americans born in America and citizens of the U.S. Despite the unfair treatment, the interned Japanese Americans did their best to make the camps tolerable and remain loyal to the United States. Many Nisei even became U.S. soldiers. Regrettably, more than 100,000 Japanese Americans spent the entire war in detention camps.
Thanks, Nathan. Well, folks, I hope you learned something from our newscast today. Minorities were treated badly during the war. That wraps it up for today. Stay classy, San Diego.